Welcome back, everybody. Tuesday morning with me, Liz, and I'm so happy to have Rachel Glowacki on my sofa with me. Now, Rachel, you've sort of become a friend of mine. I had you on our local chat box podcast months and months ago, almost a year ago, and we were chatting, but I'm really happy to bring you onto TV8 where people actually watch and listen and learn a lot of great things. So I want to tell everybody about the wonderful things you do for our community. I want to start off, though, how you work with Mountain Youth, because you're a very altruistic person, and everything you do, whether it's your career or your lifestyle, you're always doing something for others, and that makes me very happy and proud to have you with me today.
Thank you so much. I love it. I teach yoga for little kids from 2 years old to the seniors. And I've been working at Mountain Youth for almost 5 years now.
Nice.
And teaching parenting classes. It's an evidence-based program called Active Parenting. We adapt it to our community in Spanish and English.
Wow.
And we work with families, mostly like middle school and high schoolers, just how to connect and communicate with your family and have a better relationship. So that's how I started off with Mountain Youth.
So that's interesting, because I agree with you. There are some families, when I grew up, we didn't really have a lot of deep discussions, or something happened to one of us. It was almost like the parents didn't really know how to deal with it. We're talking forever ago. Mm-hmm. So now, when there's communication skills within the home, I bet there's a much more there's a better flow, there's more respect, and there's just more contentment, I would venture to think so.
Yeah, and the program that we call, it's called We Hear You, so that parents feel heard and kids feel heard. And when we feel heard, we feel connected. And when we feel connected, we trust each other.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, think about it. I mean, I don't trust anybody that I don't feel connected to.
Right, and so it's like accessing that part of your brain where you feel empathy and connection. And that's kind of just encompasses all the things that I do, from teaching yoga, parents, and Move With Me books. And
that's remarkable. I just love everything that you do. So now that the parents are doing a great job with communication with their children, and vice versa, now the kids can feel more, I guess, at ease going to their parents to talk. I never felt comfortable going to talk to my parents about anything, but you obviously add an element to the family dynamic where they feel like it's okay to be open and honest with each other, so nobody's sneaking off or parents aren't hiding from the kids or anything. They have an open dialogue.
I think because I always start off these sessions, and all the facilitators do at Mountain Youth, like, we are not therapists. We are facilitators and guides of a parenting class.
I love it.
And so it really creates a lot of ease for the parents and the students, so they're teens or tweens, to feel like, okay, I'm just a guide to help you bridge some gaps here.
Yes. Well, there's a stigma attached when somebody thinks you're a therapist in front of a family. It's a little different. You're just a wonderful lady that's there to help.
And I'm a mom of teenagers, so I get it.
You
I totally get that.
That's amazing. Well, I love what you do for Mountain Youth, and everybody that, if you're interested to take any kind of these classes, how do they reach out to you over there?
They go to Mountain Youth, and there's a referral page.
Nice.
Usually it's the school counselors that refer us, but we're going to start working on actually having group education classes.
Nice.
So that, we can reach more families that way. Yeah.
I think that's magnificent. So you're working with the minds and the feelings of the families, but then you also move on over to the spiritual form of our bodies and the way we can really move and feel at peace and be healthy and be less vulnerable to illness. Because I believe when you are working out and you do yoga exercises and things like that, you're building a base within yourself to stay a little healthier.
100%.
I was right.
Yes, she's right. The word yoga means to connect.
Okay.
And so if you have a definition, it's like, how can your mind and your body and your heart have harmony? And sometimes our minds are saying one thing and then our hearts are saying another, right? And you're having this conversation.
Normally that's the story.
Right, and so how do we make peace there? And that's why I bring in literature and children's books. So I love picture books. And I look at them and I say, okay, how can I create movement? Like, what kind of yoga pose would embody this book? And what kind of breath exercise would, so you're breathing in the words and moving along to the pictures. And for people who are neurodivergent, meaning like really have a hard time sitting still, you have ADD, you have HSP, Or you can't sit still and look and listen to a book.
I'm neurodivergent, I think.
I am too, and I need movement to integrate so I can have an understanding of what I'm reading. So when I embody it and we put movement and breath to it, it increases concentration, but also the mindfulness part increases compassion.
Ooh, I like that. And it has to also elicit some kind of calm within your person, because like you just said, that neurodivergent thing, I'm moving. I'm never stop.
Yeah.
And I would love to be able to just be.
Right. And I always feel bad for the kids that are sitting in a circle and like they like just sit on their hands, or they really have a hard time listening and focusing, and I'm like, oh, we can spark sensory memory with movement.
Oh, I love this so much. I wish this was here when I was a kid.
I wish I had it too. And I started doing with my kids when they were little, because I was an adult yoga teacher. And I just took all of their kids' books and just started learning how to piece it all together.
That's amazing. You did a lot of research on this.
Yeah.
I thought my name when I was a child was Fidget.
Aww.
Because everyone's like, don't put her next to me, she fidgets. That one's a fidget. So.
But what if you had something, so some of the things I teach my students who have a hard time sitting still or focusing, you can bring your hands right underneath the table and finger tap.
I also heard that's for anxiety.
It is, and it really does help you focus, because you have to, you have sensory input.
Yeah.
And then you could connect mantra with it. I am listening. I have compassion. Whatever words you want.
It's almost a meditation practice.
It's a meditation, finger tapping. It just kind of like grounds you in, and you could do it right under your desk, and it could help with the fidgets.
Wow. Where were you when I was a child? You weren't born yet. That's where you were. This is amazing. And I know that you are also an author, and you were explaining to me before we came on how other people, they will give you their books and you will create a space for people to be able to absorb that book in a much better way than just sitting down and reading it.
Yeah, so Move With Me.
That.
Yeah, so Move With Me Books it's a YouTube channel, and it's intentional so that parents, teachers, schools can have free resources and have one way to engage with technology in a healthy way, to make reading fun and engaging, and to incorporate some mindfulness and movement.
I love this.
And so authors submit their books to Move With Me Books, and I create a lesson plan, and then we produce it. My business partner and I, Carly Fink. She produces, she's the magic behind the screen, and we put the pictures up, we breathe in the words, we move along to the pictures, and pull out the themes of the story so literature can be embodied.
That's interesting. Can we have a small example? Like, I don't know, The Little Engine That Could.
Well, yesterday I taught at the Family Learning Center, and I had the 2s and the 4s, and we're going on a bear hunt. Ooh. Do you remember that story? We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. And then I'd be like, we're not scared.
So you almost acted out.
We acted out with body and a lot of yoga postures. So it's like they had to go through the forest. So we all stood up and put our feet on the ground and became the forest.
This is so cute.
So then we became the forest. And then there was a snowstorm in the story. And then we went, shh, shh, shh. Then there was the swishy, swishy grass. Let's be long, wavy grass.
They must love this.
It was so fun. And then we tiptoed around the room. And then we became bears.
Oh my God.
And
so they're getting the story.
They're getting the story.
They're engrossed in it, but they're also active in it.
Yes, and moving and breathing to it. So that was super fun.
That's a really cute idea. And that is also probably a stepping stone to teaching them yoga practices.
Yes.
Because first they're having fun with the book and the story, but then as they get that, when that becomes easy, they probably want to be challenged more.
Yeah, and even with music is really a great teaching tool. I was amazed that there was like the 2s and 3-year-olds who were sitting like this.
Oh my gosh.
Because they got to move and release energy. So you're not forced to sit still.
Yeah.
And then you're in a space, once you release energy, you're able to, you can have those moments of quiet. You can hold your hand over your heart and feel, and then one little kid goes, my heart is beeping.
It's beeping.
It's beeping really fast. I was like, okay, let's feel our beeping heart.
That's cute.
And then I had, we all placed our hands on our hearts, and then we took very slow breaths. And I'm like, and that is how you can slow down your heart.
Yeah.
So even the teachers were benefiting from the class.
Yeah, I bet.
It was just a beautiful way to connect.
I think no matter what age you are, if you can learn about any type of breath work, it can save you. I mean,
magic.
anxiety alone, that for me, when I might have learned this from you,
Oh yeah, the hiker's breath.
that is from you. Oh my God, see, stuff sticks.
It does.
If you're feeling like seriously anxious and stuff and you do that, it just calms everything down. Now, we've already been talking for 10 minutes, and I don't want to leave before you do a little practice with me.
Awesome.
This is a wonderful way to close out my interview with you. Rachel Glowacki, please make sure you keep your eye on her. All of your classes and all the things you do for our community are magical. And now we're going to do a little lesson.
Yes.
And then
This is how I close most of our classes, from 2-year-olds to 90-year-olds, and we bring our hands together at our forehead, and you can repeat after me, Liz.
Okay.
And everyone watching at home, repeat after me. May there be peace in my thoughts.
May there be peace in my thoughts.
May there be peace in my words. Hands to your mouth.
May there be peace in my words.
Hands to heart. May there be peace in my heart.
May there be peace in my heart.
We all open our eyes and make the peace sign. So may there be peace in our homes, in our communities, and then we make the globe with our hands.
May we make peace in our homes and our communities.
Take a breath in. Peace breath into the world. Have a peaceful day. Thank you.
That was beautiful. Thank you very much,
you.
Rachel
What a
Glowacki,
treat.
everybody. Please reach out to her if you really want to have a great feeling of peace and harmony in the home and work and everywhere else. This is the lady. I appreciate you being
Thank
here.
you.
You're amazing.
You're
We'll be
amazing.
right back with more TV8 after this. Rachel Glowacki, everybody.